Hi, everybody. For some reason this week, my mic was very quiet and also very crackly. I apologize for that. As usual, The Monkees may be a children's show from the 60s, but The Monkees Pod is not a children's show from 2026. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy the episode. Hello, and welcome back to the Monkees Pod, a Monkees Recap podcast. My name is Sommer.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm Molly.
Today we have Season 2, Episode 5, Art for Monkey's Sake. I don't understand the pun in that title.
Art for art's sake?
Is that a thing people say?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
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 The historical background I chose for the premise this time is I was like, what was going on with heists in the 60s? And then I was like, oh, the Pink Panther. A movie for a franchise I've never interacted with in any way whatsoever.
Peter Sellers.
Yeah. I learned about the Pink Panther.
Okay.
So the Pink Panther is a American comedy film. It came out in 1963. It came out the year of the Kennedy assassination. Yes, that's right. It has Peter Sellers as Inspector Clouseau, a goofy detective. So I still have not seen any of these movies. Are you familiar with the franchise?
I will tell you that in the 70s, when I was watching them, they were one of the movies that they would play on TV. Mm-hmm. And I probably didn't understand them at all, like as a child. But I knew it was supposed, well, first of all, you just watched what was ever on because that's all you could go do was watch whatever's on. But it was like, oh, the Pink Panther was supposed to be like this big, and I have no recollection of like understanding any of it.
You're like watching the movie, you're like, where's the panther? I want the panther to show up.
No idea.
Yeah, I only know what it is like it's a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, right?
The cartoon is, yes.
Right. So I know that part of
which was made after after this.
Yeah, because
the Pink Panther is like a jewel, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There is no panther in the Pink Panther except for a giant pink diamond that has a panther-shaped flaw when you gaze into the center of it. And also there is a cartoon panther that represents this treasure, who is like a little... He was supposed to be just kind of like... Because 60s movies had all those like funky credit sequences. A lot of times they had like a cartoon in the credit sequence, like It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, or Grease, which is 70s, but same thing.
Yeah, same idea.
But also I was shocked to learn in reading the Wikipedia article that the Pink Panther does appear at the very end of the film. The like cartoon appears in universe. It says that like after the police car carrying Clouseau to prison runs over a traffic warden, who is the cartoon Pink Panther from the animated opening credits, he gets back up just as the police car crashes out of view, holding a card that reads "Then" before he swipes the letters to correctly read the end. So he does really exist in the universe.
Yeah, there were cartoons. Like when I was little, I knew of the Pink Panther cartoon, and then he's used for advertising like throughout the years and.
Right.
That I knew more, but I did watch the movie having no idea what I was watching.
Yeah, it kind of seems like, from my research, that it was originally supposed to be a more serious heist movie, and kind of the main character was supposed to be David Niven's character, who's the jewel thief.
Okay.
But everyone liked Inspector Clouseau so much that he became the like head of the franchise. It kind of almost reminds me of Knives Out in the modern day, although Knives Out is like less comedic. Knives Out movies are funny, but they're still like a serious mysteries. Like they're still real mysteries. Whereas I get the impression that the Pink Panther are not very like suspenseful heists.
Right.
It's also interesting the branding that went along with this franchise, because when you say the Pink Panther, everybody thinks of the guy himself, the little pink guy himself. But the treasure itself, they had to keep shoehorning it back into the plots of the movies so they could continue to call them the Pink Panther when they had nothing to do with that.
When it was really just Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah. Again, much like Knives Out, because like they have to tack a Knives Out mystery on the end of all those movies when there are no knives present whatsoever. It's just Benoit Blanc and his adventures. I think we all know who Benoit Blanc is by now. I think you could have called one of these movies Inspector Clouseau Goes on an Adventure. People know even. You could call something, you say it's a Benoit Blanc mystery. Like, we know who these characters are by now, but you have to keep the brand. The other famous thing from this franchise is the theme song. The
which I was singing.
yeah, did I write anything about the theme song? I don't know. It was some like
famous composer.
Yeah, some kind of like instrumental jazz guy. Let me look this up because
probably important.
Yeah, Henry Mancini.
Okay,
yeah,
yes.
I recognize his
Mancini.
name.
Mancini. I'm sorry. Yes,
I recognize.
That song also reminds me of that song that they use in Austin Powers. Yeah, that kind of like easy listening jazz was like a popular genre at the time. Another thing I discovered is that the Pink Panthers are a real international jewel thief network responsible for a number of robberies and thefts described as some of the most audacious in the history of organized crime.
Is this after?
Yes, okay. This is
they took the name for that.
Yes, Interpol named them after the Pink Panther because they steal jewels for real. Which is so funny that exists in real life.
Well, Ocean's 11 and 12 and 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are casino heists, but I mean, they're heists.
Yeah. And like Hitchcock, like Rope, is that a heist?
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen it.
Sure.
The only thing I know about Rope is that it has gay subtext, apparently. Well, yes. The Pink Panther movies were supposed to be a different tone originally, but the director met with Peter Sellers, picked him up from the airport, and during the ride to the hotel, they bonded over their mutual love of old film comedians, like Buster Keaton and Laurel and Hardy, and then they're like, let's make the movie let's do a silly one. Oh, goofy heists in the 60s. You know what that means? That means art for monkey's sake. Okay. Yes. Now we will awkwardly transition from that historical background that was vaguely related into the actual episode. The director is Alex Singer. The writer is Coleslaw, my goat. He's back.
Coleslaw.
The thing is, the writing in this one isn't even that good. Like, all of the good stuff in this one comes from like their performances.
Yeah, this one's
goofing around.
kind of a mess.
Yeah,
writing-wise.
It's okay. Coleslaw is goated, and he always makes good episodes. Our guest stars this week, we have the return of Satan once again as Satan Guard, and Large Guard, as I named him. It's played by Vic Tayback,
who we have seen previous.
We have seen him here. He is back once again. This time, finally, he's playing a white person. I think
he was. He's playing an Italian.
Oh, yeah. Right, that's right. They're in the mob. Yeah. He might be actually Tayback.
No, I don't.
Vic.
Vic. He probably is Italian.
Yeah.
but he's not Italian with that accent. That accent is not his. But he was Mel from Mel's Diner in Alice. Mm-hmm. Which is what I know him from.
Right. This one was broadcast number 37th on October 9th, 1967, and it was 34th in production, filmed April 12th to 14th. This was the first one they shot with Satan.
I'm going to have trouble calling him Satan because his name is Dooch.
Yeah, no, yeah. The villains are named like Chuchi and Ducci or something.
Yeah, Chuchi and Ducci. And I called them C and D throughout.
Yeah. Chuchi.
That
sounds like what a little kid calls vagina. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not good.
It would be coochie.
Well, I know, but it's very close. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate name. I just call them Large Guard and Satan Guard.
Oh, we could call them.
We can
Satan and Vic.
Yeah, sure. Satan and Vic, they're here. We begin with Peter's beautiful art making process in the pad.
He's painting an exact replica of the door in the pad with the force next to it.
He's doing a great job considering that his canvas is in front of the door.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he's like doing it by photographic memory.
Yes.
Yeah, he's completely blocking his subject.
Either that or he's matching it. Like he's looking at above and he's just continuing the painting.
Yeah, but still he's got all like the lines are very nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's so good that Micky mistakes it for an actual door.
Mm-hmm. And runs into it like 4 times with like a YTP edit. Yes. Like literally.
And a boing noise and shaking the head going,
yeah.
I do have to acknowledge Micky's orange velvet quarter zip that he is sporting today.
It was quite nice.
Yes. Mike does a great job of acting surprised.
Yes. Mike is very surprised.
Yeah.
Davy has a tiny top hat on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're all dressed in like normal like clothes from like the regular Monkee wardrobe bin, but Davy has a top hat on for no reason.
I said, and Peter's hair is really short. Was his hair short?
I don't know.
Well, it was
maybe
earlier.
It was freshly cut.
Maybe we had seen one like the you said these were filmed out of order.
So
maybe his hair was. It's just his hair looked short compared to the previous one. Or
I think this might be the part where he finally embraces the middle part and stops doing his like aggressive side swoop.
Yeah,
perhaps. Mike recommends that if Peter wants to paint so bad, he should go to the art museum and copy something worth copying.
Right.
So he goes there and also paints their door.
Yes.
He loves painting doors.
Yeah. Don't try to limit his art, okay? So then we meet our guards.
And they're the guards. The bad guys are the guards.
Well, they are genuinely the museum guards. Yes. But they are also criminals.
I said Duce or whatever, we'll call him Vic. His partner, Chooch is Vic.
Okay.
And he says
D for devil for Satan.
Okay.
This is our mnemonic device.
And Dooch is the leader and Vic is the heavy.
Once again, the villain dynamic is exactly the same as it's always been.
I said doing a terrible Italian accent, and then the other guy comes in who is Satan. He's better at the bad fake accent. Actually, he keeps slipping in and out of the accent. Or what are these guys? Mafia coded? They want to steal a painting. Oh, they are.
Yeah. So
always mafia coded.
So they are like possibly mafia, but also they genuinely do have this job at this museum and presumably held it for some time.
Well, we don't know about that because the curator. I mean,
the curator trusts them, but he is stupid.
Well, the curator is really stupid because he says at one point he says, "There's a guard here all day," but they weren't there all day.
Yeah. So the curator is not the best.
No, the curator is pretty dumb.
Yeah. Anyway, Vic Guard runs into Peter's great painting and is so angry at this that he tries to choke Peter out.
He's very violent.
He is. He really just wants to beat on Peter this whole time. Yeah. So Satan mushily slaps him around for doing this. Like it's kind of him like forcefully caressing his face more than slapping. Not because he cares for Peter as a random member of the public at his workplace, but because he's like, oh, look, don't beat that boy. We can use him for our schemes. So they were working at the museum planning a heist before they had Peter, who is the entire the entire like impetus of their plan. So they had no plan.
There was no plan.
They were just waiting for Peter to come along.
Okay, maybe they're just actually guards.
And they found an opportunity.
They found an opportunity. They stand there all day looking at this painting. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, wait a minute, now we can do it.
Okay, sure.
Because they're not reporting back to anybody else.
No, they're not.
No, they're like all their own scheme.
They're just the two of them.
Yeah. They're tired of standing around this place. They want to make some real cash.
Yeah. And then he says we can sell the painting and make lots of money and buy tickets to Europe. And then he says, if you want to go, I can get you deported now. So I was like,
so they are Italian.
Nothing
but they're like Italian-American accents. They're not like,
nothing better
like
than
New York Italian.
Nothing better than a good deportation joke.
Yeah. Also, would nobody notice if, like, I guess they want to swap the painting, so they don't want to just take it and then disappear and have no one suspect them. But anyway, yes, their plan is that Peter, the great painter, is going to copy this painting, and then they will switch the paintings and just sell the real one. The painting in question is a real painting. It is The Laughing Cavalier 1624 by Franz Hals.
Okay.
They're like, yeah, paint it. And he goes to paint right on it. Yeah, they have to hold him back.
I said Satan's mustache is glued in two pieces, and there's big space in between it.
He has a wide philtrum.
Yes.
I wonder if Peter was into art and drawing in real life, because he does it the most on the show.
Perhaps.
Maybe that's more just hippie characterization. I've never seen any of the Monkees drawings. I've seen the Beatles drawings.
Yeah, of course, the Ringo's drawings are really good.
Ringo's MS Paint drawings, and then all of John's weird art school doodles and stuff he put in his books, and there's that picture of when all the Beatles drew each other.
Oh, yeah,
and it's John by Ringo drew whatever, and then George drew Paul with giant eyelashes.
Crazy, yes, I remember.
And John's drawing of Ringo is the worst one, even though he went to art school.
Yeah, it's true. And is this the first time that we see Peter drawing well on the show?
He drew that cow. He drew that beautiful cow.
Oh, how could I forget the cow?
Yeah, he drew that beautiful cow, and he drew that mysterious sigil.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's always drawing something and holding it up.
Yeah. Okay. So now I characterize TV Peter as an artist.
But he suddenly has the skill to perfectly replicate
paintings. Yeah, because it cuts to his painting in progress, and it's clearly just like the original one with like an unfinished section has been painted over white. Like, it's like, that's not how you do painting.
You know how you paint.
You don't like meticulously go section by, like, you do, like, you draw the shapes and then you fill them in and then you add detail.
Maybe that's how Peter is so exact. Maybe he's doing like a pixel by pixel.
Oh yeah, he's like
thing.
a 3D printer. Yeah. He's like a printer type of guy.
Well, he does a copy, like, you know.
I know, but you still have to map out the proportions. You don't just go section by section.
But Peter does.
Peter does. That's how skilled he is.
Yes. So back at the pad, there's a new chair and picture of a woman and cow.
Oh, I noticed that too.
I go, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's their decoration.
That was and it like lights up.
Yeah.
What was that?
What is that?
Yeah, it looks like a chair or something. It's like yellow and green and orange.
And it lights up.
It has like lights in it, yeah. And it like an image of like a woman and
a cow or
something.
A horse. I don't know.
So my theory for this is that, like, much like the iCarly apartment. What was their name in that? Spencer Shay? Spencer Shay from iCarly. Peter, much like him, is creating these weird art pieces and putting them all around their house's decor.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So that's my theory now, is that all the art and all the... Because they're going to continue to have more weird stuff added to the pad set.
Like, I keep seeing things there. I said there's now a 7. We may have discussed the 7 on the wall.
No, I don't know if we did, but I also noted the 7.
I feel like there's been a 7, because there are the 4s.
But there's it's a giant red 7.
It's above one of the doorways.
Yeah.
I said it looks like a giant refrigerator magnet. You know, you had the letters
and
the numbers that
all
the kids put on the magnet. It looks exactly like that, except it's giant and it's on the wall.
What does it mean? 6, 7.
7. We're 6.
Yeah. That's my theory, is that because we know Peter is such a talented artist, he's making all the art for the pad.
Mike is worried he's insulted Peter, and that's why he's not home yet. So apparently he's been out all day.
Yeah.
But Micky points out he would have to understand them to be insulted, which of course Peter did not. So they're being mean to Peter.
That's so mean. It's so sad that they're mean to Peter, because then it cuts to museum where Peter painted Mike's hat on the painting.
So I said,
beautiful.
I guess he wasn't insulted.
No, he loves him so much. Twerksmith is real. Also, Peter smiles here, and you can see that he has had his teeth fixed.
Oh, he got his teeth
fixed. Yeah, he got his teeth fixed.
How wonderful.
You would think it's wonderful, but he has described his dentist as a fascist.
Oh my god.
This is from like the DVD commentary from like The Devil and Peter Tork, but like they were filmed at similar times. Peter points out his teeth and he's like, "Oh, there's my new teeth. Yeah, Davy told me to go to this fascist dentist." So I don't know what that man did to his teeth.
What makes a fascist a dentist? How do you get to that point in conversation?
I don't know. Perhaps he's just like very, very mean and make your teeth hurt so bad.
Peter's smock looks like someone just came up to him with a paintbrush and dabbed him.
It really does.
Well, they got a blank smock in the costume department. They're like, wait, this has to look used. Just paint on it. I don't know.
And he's got a red button on with yellow letters on it. I couldn't figure out what it was. But I like to spot his when he's got new buttons on.
I feel like his buttons have like inappropriate slogans, but they're just like, it's fine. You can't read it.
They're never going to be able to read it. Not realizing that at some point in time,
it would be HD upscaled, and we would be able to pause
and zoom.
Yeah.
The two bad guys are not happy that Peter has put.
They want the original hat on the painting.
Yeah.
The villains hear the curator coming. They go, "Come on, the curator's coming. Let's hide him in the basement." Like Peter is an object.
So they take him and his painting.
Yeah.
And Peter sees no problem with this.
No. So then we cut to
back to the pad.
The pad in the morning. To specifically a shot of Mr. Schneider in Peter's pajamas.
So Peter has officially been missing all night.
And Mike does not realize this.
And they said, let's dress our big doll up in his clothes.
And that makes them feel better. Yeah. Not at all concerned for Peter's safety.
Mike doesn't realize this and then Davy and Micky are like, oh no, he's been gone all night. And I said, you actually see food in Davy's mouth when he's talking. He was actually
he got hungry.
He was actually eating during the scene.
They forgot to feed him, so he had to eat. Mr. Schneider fits into Peter's pajamas pretty good, which means they must be really baggy on Peter.
I think they are. It's like a giant nightgown.
Yeah, pretty much. And they put the hat on him too, which is funny. And Mike says, "What are you doing eating breakfast with Mr. Schneider?" Davy says, "Oh, Peter wasn't here when we got lonely." I'm glad Mr. Schneider makes you feel not lonely. He makes me feel other things.
They were lonely, but it wasn't until they started talking about it that they realized maybe they should go look for this guy that's been missing all night.
Yeah, they went into his bedroom, went through his drawers to find his pajamas, undressed Mr. Schneider, put the pajamas on him, and never went, hey, should we like try and like look for Peter? Should we like? I was gonna say, should we call him? But they can't call him. He's just a missing person.
And what do they say? They say something like, one of them says, "He's at the museum. How much trouble could he be in?" And then they all go, "He's in trouble."
Yeah. They finally figure it out.
Do not trust Peter.
So he's been out all night. Peter's having trouble finishing the painting.
Yeah, but they're back in the museum torture basement. The villains are trying to force him to fix it, but he's uninspired.
So he asks them, "Tell me something about the painting," to get inspired. Mm-hmm. And he describes he's a classy guy with a big hat, good dresser, got a lot of style.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Scene.
So in order to find Peter, the monkeys decide that he must still be at the museum, the last place they left him. Well, Peter knows the rules of getting lost. You just stay where you are until mommy comes to find you. Like, he knows the rules.
He should find an adult and ask for help.
He should. Well, the guards are adults that could help him, and they're not helping him.
The guards are the ones who told him where to go. So
but they're believing in his art career. So why would he try and
told him where the artist?
Yeah. The monkeys go to check 3 different studios in the museum and run directly into each other.
They all very get tangled in each other.
Very like they were the studio going Zacks.
Yeah.
They couldn't step around each other. They just had to walk. I only know how to go in one direction. Yeah,
the tangled in each other's arms lovingly. It keeps cutting back to Peter in the basement. Yeah. There's this questionable exchange between Peter and Vic. Peter says, that's a very interesting pose. I'd like to work on you when I'm done here. And Chuchi says, I'd like to work on you too. And Peter's like, you would?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
He wants to beat him
He meant beat up. You know how you say work on to mean beat up?
Things you don't say anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they're going back and forth, so they're cutting back and forth. And at one point, Mike's hat looks like it turns blue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's the lighting.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal with that is. I know what you're talking about.
And then it's green again, and they get untangled.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was thinking so hard his hat turned blue on how to solve this tangle problem. So they're 3 separate ways looking in different areas of the museum. Micky enters a studio to find fake Jackson Pollock working. Here come the monkey writers for pop artist throats again. Like, much like Davy in the laundromat episode, this guy is just smearing poop around.
With his hands and feet.
Yeah.
But this time the paint colors aren't like red and blue. It's literally like brown and yellow and green, and it looks like baby vegetable shits. And like it's just really gross. It's really gross, and I can't believe that this is what this is what the writers think pop art is.
Who was the actor? Do we know? Was he one of their friends or something?
Michael Bell, and his IMDb picture has him old at Comic-Con.
Okay.
So I don't know. He could have been one of their friends.
He looked like them.
Yeah, he looks like he would be friends with them.
So he grabs Micky by the shirt.
Yeah.
And gets his paint all over his shirt, and then
he says to Micky, "You could never be an artist. You have no beard, and that's why women can't be artists." Okay. But
then he wants $1,500 for his shirt.
Yeah, he made a beautiful painting on his shirt. Micky asks if he's seen Pete. He says, "Have you seen a guy? He's blonde and has blue eyes, and he's kind of weird looking."
Peter, who famously has brown eyes.
Yeah. First of all, I don't think someone's eye color is useful identification information, because you kind of can't see someone's eye color unless you look really hard.
Yeah, it's true.
As they have proven, because they don't know each other's eye color. And also, the plot of half of these is Peter is missing, and we have to describe him like a lost dog. Peter finishes his painting correctly this time. And since there's like the running joke that like Vic just really wants to beat Peter up, now that he's no longer useful, he like threateningly holds his fist over Peter's head.
With brass knuckles.
Yeah. In a way that he would definitely see out of his peripheral vision. But Peter just stares off like he's not seeing it for like a beat too long. Yeah. So it's like actually really funny. Yeah. Like it's really good comedy. I love when Peter stares off into space.
And then he's done, and they cut back to him, and he's gonna hit him, and he doesn't have the brass knuckles on.
He showed him mercy.
Those brass knuckles are disappearing.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I have a question here. The
Yes.
curator calls and says the closing bell has sounded. So now it's a whole day further.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the closing bell has sounded, and the guard should be up there. How did the curator know they were in the basement?
I don't know. Maybe that's their perpetual loafing spot.
It also says, then he later says, guards stand by it all day long.
They do not.
Sure don't.
They demonstrably do not.
Except for when they're in the basement.
What are they doing down in that basement?
How did he know there's nothing down there? Why were they down in the basement?
This is a terrible museum.
Them. He's like, hello, you're supposed to be up here.
He called them on the phone, right?
Yeah.
They have a basement phone?
The basement phone. They called them on the phone in the basement where they have all the storage, like stuff stored.
Well,
okay. That was my question.
So, of course, they have to bind and gag Peter before they go so that he doesn't leave. And he's tied very loose, but he pretends to struggle because I know he likes it.
But they tell him he has to suffer for his art.
Now we see Mike's adventure while he's looking for Peter. He enters a room. I don't think this would be occurring at an art museum, but I like this scene.
It's a performance.
Performance art? I guess.
Yeah, I said Mike is subjected to performance art.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote.
So Mike enters a room where there's a bunch of very fancy people waiting for some sort of performance, and they like shush him. And then actual Liberace
just himself.
Actually uncredited, it is really Liberace.
Yes.
Walks in and starts smashing a piano with a sledgehammer.
With a golden sledgehammer.
And everyone there is dressed in like ball gowns.
Yeah.
And they are loving it. And
they're having like very serene reactions, like they're listening to beautiful opera music.
Mike is horrified by the performance art.
He's not horrified. He's losing his shit laughing.
Yeah. He's making faces, and then he's standing really still.
He's losing his mind.
Yeah.
And then he's falling down.
Yeah, he bends over.
Yeah.
Yeah, laughing. And it like zooms in on him.
Forever. I don't know how many, you have to assume it was all in one take. I'm sure they didn't have two pianos.
Yeah, they didn't expense two pianos for Liberace
to destroy. But God, he was having fun. Liberace was having fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like what the equivalent of like
of who it would be for who was like
who's like a gay guy from 15 years ago
who was that big. Because Liberace was big.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I always think it's funny that in Mr. Sandman that they say that their dream guy has lots of wavy hair like Liberace, because you kind of don't generally want your dream guy to have.
Well, the thing is that he wasn't he wasn't openly gay. It was like the women swooned for him still. Like that was his persona was he was supposed to be like this really like.
But he was like a
sexy,
glittery showman.
Yeah. But he was
just like in the modern day, it sounds a little off.
Yes, yes, but and it was a bit off then too. But it was he had a really nice voice, and he was a performer.
Okay,
and he would perform to the women.
Okay,
that was
all right.
Was his deal?
I see. Sure, and he's like a classy artist, not artistic, but like. You would expect him to give like a virtuoso piano performance.
But here he is
smashing
that piano up.
The curator comes upon the villains, who are presumably mid-stealing the painting because Vic is hanging his whole body from it, but they are not moving otherwise. Yeah. And he scolds them for being late.
Yeah. I have a question. We never see Davy go to a studio.
Yeah.
But they were going to 3 different studios. Do you think there was a scene that was written that
I cannot imagine they cut anything from any of these episodes?
I can imagine that they intended to write it and never did.
Never did. Okay.
Here's my theory. What Davy went to was like the life drawing room, and they can't show that on TV. The monkeys reunite after being unable to find Peter, and as only a fool would paint in the basement, they decide to check there. Not sure why. I've painted like I guess maybe the light is bad. I don't know.
Because why would you be down in the basement?
It's just a room. It's just a down room. There's a studio down there. I don't know. They enter the basement, calling for Peter.
They can't find him.
He's right there.
They're looking under like
They walk right past him.
Yeah,
he's up.
Once again, he's not in their peripheral vision. He is in their direct line of sight. But as he is tied up, he is an object to them, and they also have no object permanence, so therefore they cannot see him.
So they don't see him.
They don't see him. They do see his painting, or the painting.
Right.
And they're like, nice painting. Yes, the man who painted that was brilliant. And then in deadpan unison, they go, that means they've switched the paintings. Because Peter is not brilliant.
Yes.
And he is stupid. Punch zoom on Peter's giant conspicuous signature on the painting upstairs.
Well, first of all, why are they saying like, oh, I guess that was them figuring it out? I'm like, we all know they switched the paintings.
Yeah, no, that was the monkeys finding that out. Okay, I know the villains are stupid, but they told him to make an exact copy of the painting.
They let Peter sign the painting?
Yeah, they let him sign it.
In, like, huge letters.
Yeah. So the monkeys go to set this right. They bring the original painting upstairs, gripping it in their grubby hands. That is not a conservation grade. And the curator doesn't see them holding it. He just sees them and he's like, boys, you can't be in here this late. The museum is closed.
He does not care that they're carrying around this giant valuable painting.
Yeah. And he also doesn't care that they're in there that late because he walks away without making sure that they leave.
But also Mike, I've noted that Mike always starts a conversation with, you don't know me. Whenever he's talking to somebody, he's like, you don't know me, but I'm Mike, and this is
okay.
This is how he launches into explaining things to people. You don't know me, but
he's insecure about the fact that nobody knows who he is.
That he's a niche artist.
Yeah. So Mike approaches Vic and tries to ask for help, while Peter jumps around in the background trying to inform him of the fact that Vic is one of the thieves. Vic is deeply betrayed by Peter getting some, quote, new boys and double-crossing them. But Peter wasn't on your team. You were going to beat him up.
You wanted to beat him up.
I don't know.
You left him tied up.
Yeah.
The curator finally says it's not a fake and it couldn't have been stolen.
Yeah.
Because the two guards are standing there all day. But it's not a fake. But it says Peter Tork on it.
Yeah. Also,
he does not notice that either.
Yeah. The curator, like, Mike's like, the painting's been stolen. The curator's like, that's ridiculous. And then Mike goes, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
I'm being...
Yeah. No, he describes the security system. We have these two guards during the day, which that's already personally
We've
known to be
already
lost.
established.
And at night, I personally turn on the alarm. Now, the painting is surrounded with invisible beams. Only with special glasses can you see them. Should anybody try to remove the painting, the beams will be broken and then no one, no matter who they are, can escape. They will be taken to jail in 5 seconds. And then he demonstrates the trap by accident, by tripping it. And it, like, hard jump cuts to this cage dropping down on him because you know the cage wasn't dropping fast enough in the real shot.
This curator's also, like, he's really into this alarm. He's really into this security system. He's so excited about it.
Yeah.
But then he can't get out.
Yeah. So there's sirens and stuff, but it's not like the cops come to arrest him.
No, it just makes it...
Maybe.
Well, I think the cage is the jail.
Is the jail?
Yes, the cage is the jail.
So you're in jail in the museum.
You're not being taken to jail.
You're
in jail.
You're in jail in the museum.
You're jailed
Forever. Okay.
Of course, he breaks down crying, and then we cut away. We never find how he gets out of this.
Yeah.
They never explain that.
Presumably, he knows how to reverse his own security. I don't know.
No, but he, you'd think he would, but he's sitting there crying.
He sits and cries instead.
Yeah.
He just has to let it out.
Yeah.
Before he found the key.
He can't believe his own trap was turned against him.
So then they're back at the pad.
Yeah.
And Davy says, we have to do something quick. Now,
Why'd you go home then?
Why'd you go home? They needed to change clothes.
And do something quick.
Yeah.
And Mike's like, well, we need to sneak back into the museum tonight and switch the paintings.
We need to do a heist.
We need to do a reverse heist.
That's a terrible idea, but I'm so glad that they chose to do it because the heist scene is the best scene.
So here's the heist.
Yeah. So they gather up their spy tools, including a sandwich.
3 sandwiches.
3 sandwiches.
3 cheese and mustard sandwiches.
Why are there only 3 sandwiches?
Maybe one of them doesn't like sandwiches.
Yeah, somebody's vegan.
For a second, I thought perhaps Peter wasn't there because they were showing everybody else, and then they only collected 3 sandwiches.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did they leave Peter at the museum?
Well,
No.
we do later find out that the sandwiches were a trick.
Yes.
Yeah. They squish all of these tools into Mike's face.
A flashlight, a blowtorch, a super duper X-ray glasses, and 3 cheese on rye.
Yeah. Jenny Nicholson, the YouTuber, has a video where she reads Wattpad fan fictions about One Direction during the Purge.
Yeah.
And in one of them, they're doing a crime or something. They're getting ready and they're collecting all their tools. And Niall packed a sandwich. Stop stealing the Monkee's tea, Wattpad One Direction authors. So they squish all these tools into Mike's face, and he says, "Okay, men, mission ridiculous."
Mission impossible.
And yes. But it surely is. It surely is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
We get a lovely introduction to our spy heist personas for each of them. So they're all dressed in these like cat suits, by which I mean black shirt and pants and gloves. Nothing to keep the hair in, nothing to cover the face from any type of camera, just all black. Sneaky. In voiceover, Mike tells us a little bit about each of their spy nicknames and descriptions. As season 2 goes on, Mike kind of starts to become like the narrator. like there's a lot more times he direct addresses the camera or speaks in voiceover or about like the events of the show in a narrator type sense. And I feel like that's an extension of his dad persona. Is like he's almost the dad of the whole show. I don't know.
He's in charge.
Yeah. So first is Davy, the Manchester Marauder. He climbs up on the roof. He hits his head on this flagpole, and then he gets shocked on the like weather vane or something.
It's the electrical.
Yeah. And then is Peter, the Connecticut counter spy. He like kicks this flower pot over, and Davy is clearly supposed to be like, "Oh, you broke the flowers, Peter," but the like fake plant broke, and it's like he's like holding a styrofoam orb, and
Davey
he's like,
goes, "It's not real anyway,"
and he throws it off the roof. Beautiful improv. And this is how Mike describes himself.
What?
The modest but powering Texan needs no introduction. His stoic but like ability to endure pain, bonks head in the pole. And when he bonks his head in the pole, his beautiful woman hair flops in the wind. I am obsessed with the phrase modest but powering Texan, but I found out from the transcript that he says towering, which makes a lot more sense.
A towering Texan.
Yeah,
I had
because he's
written
tall. Yes. I thought he said powering, and I don't know what that means.
Okay.
He's modest but powering. But no, he did say towering. That does make more sense. Apparently he's invulnerable to electric shocks because he holds the same thing that Davy got shocked on, and it doesn't bother him. Maybe it's his gloves.
Right. Have we finished talking about Mike yet? Because I want to start talking about the other
thing.
Fine,
yeah.
Are you? No,
I am done. I am done.
All right.
We must stop talking about Mike.
When Davy comes, you see his underwear.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have Micky, the Los Angeles leopard.
Yes.
And Mickey's underwear is hanging out.
Yes.
As he scales a rope ladder down into the museum.
Yeah. Well, Micky is the LA leopard, and he makes cat noises all the time.
Oh, yeah. He won't stop.
And they do say that he is their weakest link.
Yeah. Because he sneezes in the night air.
And he also...
Yeah. No, they drop down a rope ladder down the roof hatch. First, it's Mike comes down first. This is a beautiful scene.
Yes.
Mike comes down it like... I don't know how to explain what he's doing. He's failing to climb this rope ladder in the most beautiful way. His pointy knees and his beetle boots are going everywhere. His underwear is like fully out.
Oh, yes.
like you see, like
completely out.
Yeah.
Like he pulled it up on purpose.
He's always pulling that shit like all the way up his butt crack.
I'm sorry. In this scene, the remainder of this show, and I sent a picture of this when I was watching it to Sommer, and I go, "Why are all their underwear hanging out?" They are doing it on purpose. I don't know if by accident one person had it,
and then they all copied whoever it was.
Copied it, but they like have all yanked their underwear except for Peter's, the only one whose underwear you don't see, and he's his shirt.
Now here's the thing, Mom. Peter might not have had any.
Maybe they didn't have him on. That's the best
why.
Explanation.
Yeah.
But the rest of them had the white underwear on, and it is hanging out of the waistbands. And then one of the villains later on, their underwear is hanging out.
They wanted to be part of the team.
Everybody.
Yeah. Also, when they're climbing the rope ladder, like all their shirts get like pulled up. Like
Peter's is completely like up over his
Peter
head.
like flips upside down and his shirt pulled off. Thank you for your work, boys. The way you climb this rope ladder makes me so happy. And then they walk weird when they're being like sneaky.
Yeah.
So they have Davy put on his invisible beam seeing glasses, which are just binoculars strapped to his face. And with them on, he can't see anything except the invisible rays, which would seem to defeat the purpose.
He knocks over a statue.
Yeah. And Peter's like, thank God it wasn't new.
I noted that Peter was wearing matching socks in this scene.
They finally got him to straighten out.
Either that or maybe it's just the lighting and they looked matching.
There's also this amazing physical comedy bit where like Mike goes to talk to Davy with the goggles on and he like gets right up against the goggles and then like Peter and Micky like line their heads up behind his, like their noses are pressed into the one in front of them's like back of their head. They just do it so fast. They look so dumb. And then when they like pull away, they all scare each other in a line. It's like a Three Stooges bit. It's like amazing. Then Davy maneuvers around the quote invisible lines, which by the way, why don't they just say lasers? Is the word laser copyrighted?
No, maybe they didn't. It wasn't recognizable at that point in time in culture. That I think laser might have been a.
Were lasers
the other thing
invented? The first working laser was invented on May 16th, 1960.
Lasers
I guess they were
relatively new.
I don't think they were. Yeah, I don't think it was that recognizable a word.
Interesting.
That people would understand what.
But they
it
understand
meant.
the concept of invisible beams.
Yes, but the word laser was not used for that. But they do show a quick thing of the laser beams, of the beams, and there's like, one's going this way and then going this way. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah, it's like a grid, like the back of an old like 80s yearbook photo.
There was no way.
Well, he's very little, so
yeah, I guess he is very little.
Yeah, but he does when he's maneuvering around them, he keeps going like ooh and screaming.
Yeah.
But he's like barely moving around, like he's not even pretending that there's anything there really.
Or to get there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
But Peter has left the painting up on the roof.
Oh no. Oh.
But we find this out by them playing a game of telephone, even though they're standing right next to each other.
They have to be quiet. They're doing a heist.
One of them tells the next one. Yeah. And then back and back and forth.
And during this, we can hear that Micky pronounces the word roof as rough. that I don't know what accent that is. Rough.
On the roof.
Yeah.
On the roof.
Yeah. And Vic has been asleep in the security office this whole time.
Vic's just sitting there.
Yeah. But he gently drops his own handkerchief, and that wakes him up.
I couldn't figure out what the whole bit with the dropping the handkerchief was.
I think it's like the whole time they've been making loud noises, and then he does something that doesn't really make noise, and that wakes him up, and that's the joke.
I thought he was going to need the handkerchief later, but he had dropped it on the floor.
They never foreshadow anything.
No. But then the handkerchief shows up later, so he must have picked it up. I don't know.
The monkeys hear him coming and panic. So they have a great plan, which is to freeze and pretend to be statues.
Okay, and what I got on that is that Peter's halfway up the rope and his legs are just hanging down. I go, he looks dead.
No, I said he's dangling there the whole shot before they even hear him coming. So the only thing you see of him is his like stomach and legs dangling in the corner of the frame.
His upper body strength is incredible.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
I was like, he looks dead. Yeah. And then I said, Davy, Mike, and Micky pretend to be statues. Peter's feet just stand there, looks dead.
But they all picked terrible poses that they cannot hold.
I said,
Davy in particular is wobbling around on one foot.
Davy's really bad at playing statue.
Yeah.
Unlike Mike, who falls over because he's so good.
But still, the villain comes into this room, sees the 4 guys who tried to ruin his operation this very afternoon, barely standing still in burglar clothes, and the painting on the floor out of place, and is like, the only thing suspicious about this situation is this sandwich on the floor. I guess he is stupid.
This whole ladder with dangling legs coming up from the roof.
You don't see the hyper-realistic statue that wasn't here when you left your shift?
That keeps moving?
Yeah, of the guys who tried to fuck your operation up in burglar clothes. Anyway, Papa Mike instructs Peter and Micky to follow the guard. So because they only have one set for this art museum, they follow him around the room they're already in. And then he leaves, and Peter says, he's in for a lot of trouble. Micky says, why? Because we're switching the paintings? Peter says, no, because I put hot mustard on those sandwiches. Ha ha.
To the camera.
Yeah. And they say it like that. They go, ha ha. That is the tone that joke requires, though.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I said, why are there only 3 sandwiches? Didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because they were a trick the whole time. They were never going to eat them.
Look, that man is eating a sandwich he found on the floor. If he doesn't like the flavor of the ingredients, that's the least of his problems.
And how did they expect him to find it and eat it?
Also, maybe
it on
he
the
likes
floor.
maybe he
Put it
likes
on the
spicy
floor
food.
and
You
he's
don't know
gonna
him.
pick it up and eat it?
You don't know him. Maybe he likes spicy food.
Okay, then I have Vic comes down.
No,
not Vic.
yeah.
Satan.
Yeah, the monkeys
Okay.
go to leave up the rope ladder, but Satan guard is on the roof. He's at the other end of the ladder. Mike GGAF though, he goes, "Who is this? What is this person? This is our ladder, sir. We were going to escape."
And that's when his underwear is sticking out. Satan
Oh,
had his
thank
underwear
you.
sticking out.
The magic me when I climb the rope ladder that makes you take your underwear out. Who is this? What is this person?
Who is this? What is this person?
Yeah. Commence rompage to Randy Scoutskit again.
It was exactly at this point that I wrote, "Can there be a song soon, please?"
Yeah.
We have not yet had a song.
Yeah. It came at the right time.
Thank God.
I said classic romp footage of around the museum, the same things
Yeah.
they do. But they slip some Liberace footage in there.
Yeah.
And during that, he actually loses the hammer, like
Uh-huh.
goes flying out of his
Oh
hands.
no. Liberace threw the hammer. Vic beats on someone through a curtain only to find out that it's Satan. Maybe you shouldn't beat on a random person without seeing their face.
We got some Rainbow Room footage in
Yeah.
there.
The fake Pollock is there again.
Mickey backs into him.
Mickey backs into him, reaches up, gently cups his face, and then I think it's like he feels his beard and he's like, the artist is here! And then he beats on Mickey and tries to bite his ears? Is that a Van Gogh reference?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. They're like biting each other.
Weird.
Mike and Mickey are waltzing with they both have the special beam goggles on.
Yeah. So they had multiple pairs of these beam goggles and they only gave one to
I don't know why they
Davy.
were only using one.
And then Satan has them on too. The monkeys escape through a door, which when the villains open it leads to a brick wall. But the timing of this very basic cartoon joke was really good. It was really funny. Peter and Mike pretend to be birds off the balcony
Yes.
a lot. The guards find some art pieces, such as a water fountain made of Davy, who's just spitting water out, and a beautiful painting made of Jolyn Smith. Yeah. You got now break that down. 3 monkey ship names. Now we're gonna get to business. There's one shot of Satan with a plastic jellyfish on his head.
Where did that come from?
I don't
what was
know.
That?
I think that was random trash from the basement set, but I don't know why he put it on as a hat. And it ends with the monkeys and guards all getting trapped in the cage, the security cage together.
Yes.
And just passing out.
Yeah, and then they all just go to sleep because they can't get out.
Honk shoe.
As
You know
well.
that thing of when you're in a kind of 5x5 cage with your 3 best friends and your 2 enemies, and you all decide to sleep in a pile on top of each other.
There's nothing else to do at that point.
Yeah. The next day, the curator is leading a tour, and he's like,
Yeah, he's leading a tour. No one's gone in and
Yeah.
looked at the museum.
no one. He hasn't opened it up. He hasn't made sure the guards that are
First
always
thing
there are
he never did
there.
his tour. He
Yeah.
assumed the guards kept everything.
Of course, as they always do. And he's like, and here's our new sculpture, which happens to look like 6 guys caught in our security measures sleeping in a pile.
And he says, it's made of what does he say?
It's an assemblage of iron and
human beings.
I guess that is some modern art. I don't know.
Performance art. once
Performance art. He thinks it's a new performance art piece that was installed without his knowledge or permission. And the monkeys were not arrested for any of that, because we cut back to them in the pad. Micky has framed his Pollock shirt. Mike is mumbling Papa Jean's blues incomprehensibly. He's like, ardy, 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 ardy. But if you listen really close, it is Papa Jean's blues.
The refrigerator has been painted now.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
something out of the fridge, and
That-
it was.
yeah.
Has it been painted?
I think it has. I think they might have changed the paint for season
Yeah, I also
2.
noticed it for the first time.
Yeah.
So it must be a little different.
Yeah. And Peter is drilling holes in the table, like Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes.
He's got a new hobby.
Yeah.
He's building things.
Instead of painting. But he's bad at it, because Micky sits in his chair and it breaks. I could do the work. Yeah. We end the episode with Daydream Believer.
A big Monkees hit.
Big Monkees hit. This might be like, other than I'm a Believer, probably the most well-known Monkee song.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the most well-known Monkee song from being in the Monkees and not from being on track. So
True.
Yeah. This was...
It was on Glee, though.
Oh, yes. This was their 5th single. It actually would not be released until 2 weeks after the episode aired. It even it came out before the rest of the album. It was composed by John Stewart of the Modern Folk Quartet, and it was recorded June 14th with Peter on piano and Mike on guitar. And that makes it the last single of theirs to feature any of the Monkees actually playing. It was also their last number 1 hit.
Okay.
I think this is a very beautiful song. I really like it.
I love this song.
I've always liked this song.
Yeah, it's got some nice orchestration.
Davy sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it has this almost not melancholy but hopeful tone something. Mm-hmm. It makes me sad that Davy is dead to watch this music video is the feeling I get.
I really love this music video because it looks like they're actually having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks like they like the song
with each other too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike's glasses are groovy.
Yes. His Nesviators are on.
Davy's hanging all over Peter at the piano.
Yeah, no, the Jork in this music video is psychotic.
They're at the piano together.
Yeah, Davy's playing the piano over Peter's shoulder. And this is also right after the Jork fight because Peter's mark on his face.
Davy's dancing alone in the Rainbow Room.
Yeah.
And the floor, they've taken everything out of there.
They took the stage elevator off, so the rainbow goes all the way on the floor.
And it's all but I said the floor's filthy.
It's so dirty.
Yeah, because they've been
moving
set pieces.
Couldn't mop it real quick.
No one will see it. They'll never watch it in HD.
Davy's pretending to play the piano with Peter, and Davy's just banging on the keys next to him.
Davy has a velvet kind of 8-button shirt, and it's slightly unbuttoned with this tassel necklace.
It's so cute.
It's a good look. They should have worn the 8 buttons like that more.
They're all jumping in front of each other, which was very cute.
Yeah. Micky has his shirt on backwards. Did you see that?
No.
It's an 8-button, but he has it with the buttons in the back. Yeah. And he also keeps playing his tambourine and putting his hand through the tambourine hole.
Okay. They cut to the Liberace.
Yes, we end on Liberace once again.
Yes.
Because when you have Liberace on your show, you really should just throw it in there as many times as you can.
I love the violin part in this song, the na na na.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Or the violin part over the second verse or whatever it is. And Davy is really aggressively doing his Davy Jones dance. There is a famous on my side of the internet GIF that comes from the Daydream Believer music video of Davy doing the dance, where the caption has been written, "Shagadelic, baby! I didn't even know I could have kids after my bottom surgery." Oh my god! So that's what I think when I see this music video. Do I have the original context for that? Kind of. Do I feel like taking 20 minutes to explain it? No. Shagadelic, baby. I didn't even know I could have kids after my bottom surgery.
Well, Shagadelic is
that's from
Boston, Paris.
Yes, I know. And I love the gesture that Davy does on a Daydream Believer and a Homecoming Queen. He gestures to himself and then out as if to invite the little girl at home in the 60s.
We are his queen.
Yeah, to be his queen. And I just think it's cute. And it ends before it cuts back to Liberace with a shot of him walking in place away into the back of the Rainbow Room.
As if he's gonna walk into the abyss of
Rainbow. No, and I've seen people include that in R.I.P. Davy edits and stuff, and I'm like, I miss you, Davy, come back. Davy, come back to life now.
Oh, come on, Davy.
Davy, come back now. Alright. Oh no, Monkee out! No! Davy, come back.
Monkee out.
Monkee out. Oh. We hope you enjoyed that episode of the Monkees Pod. You can follow us on Instagram and the website formerly known as Twitter at Monkees Pod. I can't think of a song for the outro this week, I'm sorry. I could sing the Pink Panther song again. Wait, no, Daydream Believer got introduced this week. Okay, wait, I'm gonna try and sing along to the background music, even though I'm recording this separately. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Did it work? Bye!